Hey everyone. Okay, so we're talking about variability here. I'm on slide 15 of the descriptive statistics presentation. And central tendency asks the question, if I pull a score from the data set at random, what is it expected to look like? Variability is going to ask, well, what is the spread in the data? So I have this example on the slide where you have two groups. Group one has three values in it, 9, 5, and 1. Group two has three values in it, 6, 5, and 4. Let's say these were a total of 6 students that took either a tutoring session in group one or didn't in group two before they took an exam. So if we calculated the mean and median for each of the groups, they're both at 5. So you could say that these two groups are exactly the same. I mean, they're equivalent to one another. But you know that by looking at the variability or the spread in the data, that there's something different going on in group one than is going on in group two. Basically, in group two, everybody's very mediocre. There's little spread in the data from the best to the worst score on the quiz. But group one, someone really gets it. They got 9 out of 10. Someone kind of gets it. They got 5 out of 10. And someone has no idea what's going on. They got 1 out of 10. And all those people in group one went to the tutoring session. So that begs the question, what's happening in the tutoring session that produces the spread in data in group one that you don't see in group two that had no tutoring? So you'd want to look at the spread and see, well, what type of variation are we looking at in our data? So we'll talk about there's more measures of variability than what we'll discuss, but we'll discuss the range and the standard deviation. So the range is the distance from the highest score to the lowest score. I'm on slide 16 now. So you identify your highest value, you identify your lowest value, and the difference between them is your range. So it's easy to compute, and it's only based on two scores, though, which means it's sensitive to outliers because they're the bookends, if you will, the extreme high or the extreme low. Those could be outliers there, so you have to keep that in mind when you're looking at the range. And therefore, it's a rough estimate of variability. So you need to be mindful of that. Sadly, among other things impacted by COVID-19 are our sports, and it's just so weird seeing no sports on TV at all. But on slide 17, I have the example of range for the NBA Pacific Division that the Phoenix Suns are in. Um, so the Lakers are first with number of wins as of 12 March. That's when they stopped the season with 49 wins. You can see the rest of the teams there if you're looking at slide 17. The Clippers have 44, the Kings 28, my Suns 26, and the Warriors 15. So what's the range there? Well, identify the high value. The Lakers had 49 wins. Identify the low value. The Warriors had 15. And you can calculate the difference between them is 34. So 34 wins is the range of wins that separates the high value from the low value. When the range is reported, usually researchers just report the actual high and low value. They don't report the difference between them. Uh, that's not incorrect, but practically most people just provide the range and then give the upper and lower values bracketed or separated by a hyphen, like I have here, and they just omit the difference value. So I'll talk about standard deviation here, and actually in the next clip. We'll take a look at it in the next clip.